Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Ghulam Murtaza Bozdar, and our topic of today's discussion is existentialism. So before we move ahead, let us look at the definition of existentialism. It says that existentialism is a philosophical theory or approach which emphasizes the existence of an individual as a free and responsible agent determining their own development through acts of the will. Uh, Existentialism is a philosophy that actually focuses or emphasizes on the existence of uh, the individual and his freedom of their own development through the acts of their own will. Now, to understand it better, let us look at the philosophical premises of existentialism. The first premises of existentialism says that existence precedes essence. It means that first of all a man exists, turns up and appears on the scene, and only afterwards he defines himself. Secondly, the fact of the freedom. One of the most important ideas in the existentialist tradition is that a man is free to choose and his choices are undermined by the external conditions. Thirdly, no acceptance for ready-made concepts. Existentialists believe that man cannot accept the ready-made concepts of existence forced upon him. He is a free agent and capable of shaping his own life and choosing his own destiny. Then man is not alone in this world. Man is connected to the other man. He communicates to others, therefore he cannot live in the state of anarchy. Life is seen as a gift, which in part is a mystery. Man is free, choosing commitments in his life, and in his choices he becomes his self. He is a product of his choice. Then truth is introvert and subjective. Existentialists believe that the truth should be really experienced in someone's life. The existence of individuality will be powerful only when the truth gives self-satisfaction. In fact, the truth should give self-satisfaction and death and nothingness. Existentialists believe that existence of a person means his period from the birth to death. There was nothing before the birth and would be nothing beyond the death. And in between the birth and the death, uh, a person is thrown into a social life, and the characteristics of the social life are the contingent circumstances of their life. Now, let us look at the metaphysical foundations of existentialism. Metaphysically, it is very much hard to describe their positions, but since they deal mainly with the individuals, so they can be linked to the anthropology. That is a branch of metaphysics that deals with the study of human beings. Secondly, there are certain religious existentialists as well. So hence, theology can also be referred to theology. Then epistemological and axiological foundations. Existentialists strongly reject the authority and rationalism. Epistemological foundations of the existentialism can be linked to the empiricism and also the revelation and the intuition. Similarly, since there is a focus is on the individuals, the values are individualistic. Whatever the individual considers good is good, and whatever he considers beautiful is beautiful. Then let us look at the aims of education. The aims of education includes to assist the students to assume responsible selfhood, to grow up and face the world. And it also focuses on the development of individuality in a person, and it aims to contribute in the realization of self and to make people aware about the possibilities of the freedom and responsibilities he must bear in life. And finally, to develop individual differences. Now let us look at the curriculum of existentialism. The existentialists are actually the skeptical in the traditional approach to curriculum, in which the fixed quantities and selected qualities of the knowledge and skills are determined by the adult or specialist bodies are passed by teachers to the learners. The existentialist curriculum provide for the scope of exercise of freedom to the child. Problem solving is ignored or discouraged in a curriculum of existentialists. Furthermore, the knowledge should bring the freedom. Knowledge that is given to the children must bring freedom to the children. And lastly, the child should know about himself. So the subjects should include which make him aware about himself. Then the teacher in existentialism, a teacher in the existentialism should be very active. He should welcome the ideas from the students, and he should make the students conscious about the self realizations, and he should concern and respect the individual students. Then the discipline, individuals are responsible for the consequences of their own choices. Adolescents must be punished if they become a rebellion. Teacher is responsible for the students' freedom. Then the school, mass teaching and mass testing is not advocated. It is not appreciated in existentialism. The school should provide an environment where the individual must find security, encouragement, and acceptance by teachers. Now let us now let us look at the merits and demerits of existentialism. Merits include that it acknowledges the individual differences, it encourages the responsibility of an individual, it tries to answer the question of who am I, and it appreciates the mutual respect between teachers and the students. And the demerits include that it is a very hard to implement, especially in the 21st century classroom. It is very hard to choose one's own existence when we are too dependent on outside stimulus like money, job, and other things like that. And it undermines the scientific knowledge and science. All about the existentialism. Thank you.